Tonight on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror, all she wanted to do was learn at that prestigious dance academy. Too bad it was run by a coven of witches. Tonight's movie, Dario Argento's masterpiece, Suspiria.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror! Like a Baby Circus. Yes! Coming off of last night's episode where I talked about the Suspiria remake, Suspiria 2018, it was only fitting that I would talk about the masterpiece, Dario Argento's nightmarish adult fairy tale, Suspiria, yes, I know, I need to pick up a Blu-ray of this wonderfulness, but let's get into it. What is Suspiria about? Well, it is about an American dancer named Susie Banya, who has come to Germany to study at the prestigious academy where she will learn the greatest, finest dance moves of all time. However, it's a strange thing. As she arrives, a lady is screaming at the door and runs away. And later, that night, she is murdered brutally along with her roommate. In a very, very brutal fashion, by the way. And, of course, not only that, but other strange things happened. She did not have a room, and so she was going to room with a woman named Olga, who was also at the academy. But, for some reason, a room magically opens up for her. But then she's like, well, I don't want to go in that room. Well, you know what's going to happen? Something weird's going to happen. She's going to faint, and, well, they're going to put her in the room, and Olga's going to move all her stuff in there, and now she's stuck in the academy. Well, her roommate, who is also a friend of the murdered student, starts to tell her about things being very weird going on, that her friend was investigating weird and strange things, and that might have something to do with her disappearing and getting murked. Anyways, other strange things also happen around here, and, well, I don't know if I want to tell you all these things. Basically, things are going on. She becomes embroiled within it, and she herself tries to search for answers to what's going on with the Dance Academy. So, let's get to those scores, shall we? Violence and gore, I am giving it a 4 out of 5. And look, alright? Sure, it is not a bloodbath of a movie. It is not wall-to-wall violence. However, the violence that is in this movie is particularly brutal. I mean, we have a woman falling into a trap of razor wire, getting all cut up, and then, of course, you know... And then, like, that original murder is probably one of the most brutal murder scenes ever put to movie-dom, because, I mean, it's just, like, yeah, you see some stabbage, right? You know, stab a couple times, but this is, like, there in graphic, and, like, you know, she's like, oh, God, you know, it's just, it keeps happening. It was almost like a satirical comical movie would do by overstabbing, but this is all angry, brutal, vengeful death stabbing. I mean, there's a scene where her heart is let open, and they stab the freaking heart as it's beating, and then to make things even worse, they tie an electrical cord around the neck, and it is probably one of the most brutal deaths, like I said, in film history. It is notorious. It is, in a way, shocking. So, 4 out of 5. A shock value is a 3 out of 5. There are plenty of jump moments in this movie and shocking scenes of brutality and violence, and is pretty up there. 3 out of 5. The plot, I am going to give it a 3.5 out of 5. Very straightforward plot with some interesting things going on. I like the idea that they are sort of like making her a prisoner in this place, so to speak. At least, because she's fated, she's got to take, special meals and has to have red wine. And of course, that stuff apparently must be drugged because she's always sleeping. And it's just the way that everything goes with this movie. It's mysterious enough to keep you guessing as to what exactly is going on, while still has this wonderful sort of ethereal fairy tale feature of the lost little girl surrounded by wolves, trying to understand and find a way out of a bad situation. Part of the brilliance of this movie is that it plays like there are two worlds, the real world and then this fantastical world that she ends up into. So anyways, I respect it and like it. 3.5 out of 5. Acting, I'm going to give it a 3 out of 5. Some of it is a bit overblown, but it is an Italian film, and that is sort of the modus operandi when it comes to that stuff. So 3 out of 5. Nudity is a 0 out of 5. Nothing, nowhere to be found. Yes, it is what it is. 0 out of 5. Enjoyment factor, though, is a 5 out of 5 for me. I love this movie. It is definitely one of, if not the best, of Dario Argento's career. It is just a magical adult fairy tale. It is encompassed by the opening, where she is at the airport, and in the airport it's all normal. There's no music, no, just people walking and stuff. The door opens, you hear Goblin's iconic score, and then it closes, silence again. Every time the door opens, it is basically telling you, like, this is the real world. Outside that door is Fantasyland, and your safety here. The colors are all normal, and everything out there, the colors are insane. And the color work in this movie is just beautiful. The architecture of the buildings are beautiful. The tone and it's created with the cinematography is just magnificent. It's engrossing. The music by Goblin is it's so unique and yet so efficient and effective at creating this mood, this unease, this tension, and it all just comes together so wonderfully that, there are some, I guess you would say, deficiencies in the plot and in the acting. And yes, it's not as salacious as some of the other movies out there, but yet it just seems to hold you. And yes, if the narrative starts to falter a little bit, your eyes are met and your ears are met with spectacularness that holds you there up until the end, where you can breathe and go, oh wow, what did I just go through? So, enjoyment factor, 5 out of 5. My overall impression is a 5 out of 5. The entire package is greater than the collective, or greater than the sum of its parts. Look, you're looking and go, it's like, you've got some brutal deaths, some brutal kills, that's very memorable, okay, I get that, but the shock value isn't like up to 11. It's not all over the place. It has some very effective moments, but it's not like constant. So what's going on? The plot isn't like grade A plot. So what's going on? The acting is all right. Yeah, there's no salacious content. So what is it that makes this movie so spectacular? And it's just the combination of everything that's going on. a perfect storm of awesomeness, from the visuals, the music, the presentation, the framing of the story, the shots, the locations, even the characters themselves with their own little quirks, not just visual quirks, but also the way they talk and speak and act around themselves, really creates a full movie, as opposed to the other Suspiria, where most of the characters were sort of just there and had nothing more to them than just, them being there, and they had, of course, something to do. But personality-wise, I don't know how to differentiate between some of them. With this one, you get a clear sense between, Madame Blanc and the instructor and the blind musician and the sort of, I would say, Igor guy, the creepy cousin, nephew, whatever, just altogether very, very, very well made, very well put together movie that I suggest everyone watch and hopefully enjoy the way that I enjoy it. 5 out of 5. And that averages out to a 3.4 out of 5. One of the greatest movies. I will stand by that all the time, and I don't care what you think, honestly. But just in case you have a comment, please leave a comment in the comment section below. Do you agree with me? Is it great? Is it a masterpiece? Do you disagree with me? Do you think it's boring, oversaturated junk? Whatever you think, it doesn't matter. I still love the movie. But please rate, comment, subscribe, ring the notification bell, and I will see you next time on the 31 Nights of Halloween Horror. Thank you once again for watching my review and coming along with me on this journey of murder. And I will see you next time with, I'm going to watch another Italian giallo film, because like I said, I have a taste for Italian for a moment. After that, maybe we'll see where we go. I mean, we'll have to hit Asia again. Of course we will. But until next time, you guys stay scary, internet, and remember when people are running away from the academy and then they're getting brutally murdered, and when people get fired from the academy and then are brutally killed, once again, rethink your membership of the academy, because, it's probably run by a coven of witches. I'm just saying.